Hi, I'm Melissa, and this is the Book Break. Today I'm in Salt Lake City at the League of Utah Writers Quills Conference, and I'm going to go talk to Johnny Worthen, the president, and he is going to tell you more about the conference, and he's also an author. Let's go talk to him. All right, guys, I am here with Johnny Worthen, and I'm super excited to talk to him. We are at the League of Utah Writers Quills Conference, and Johnny is the president. So tell our viewers, if they're aspiring authors, why should they get involved in something with League of Utah Writers, and what is that?
Okay. The League of Utah Writers is an 85-year-old writing guild, the oldest in the state, the biggest in the state. Next year's going to be our 85th anniversary, so we started in 1935, and we try to create opportunities, education, and community among writers. Writing is a very solitary event. Mm-hmm. It's done in dark rooms with invisible friends, and once in a while you just want to get out and meet other people in the same situation, the same madnesses, if you want. And the League of Utah Writers offers that community. We have chapters all over the state, 35 I believe now, and we have a state organization, and each chapter is its own organization. You can find chapters by genre or by location. I want to join Tooele. Yeah. And there you will find like-minded people who will critique work and get you started. And then we have several conferences throughout the year, including this one, which is our premier conference, where we bring nationally acclaimed New York Times bestsellers, agents and editors to acquire the work of our writers. Yeah. We also have a contest of just great writers who we collect them all throughout the year, short stories, young adult poetry, and we'll have a big awards banquet on that tomorrow. We also have a Quills Award for the best published book in Utah, which I won once, and that's probably why I'm president later on, because they knew they had me. But we are basically a community of writers, of people doing the same thing. So
for those folks that don't live in Utah, can they come to this conference?
Oh, yes, absolutely. We do give a little discount for the League. We are a charity, we're a nonprofit, so all the money folds into it. But we do bring people from as far I don't know this year's record, but last year we had Australia and Germany. Wow. People flying in. So they were coming in for some of the keynote speakers. This year we have Ann Hillerman and Michael Stackpole, great people. So yeah, they can absolutely. We're trying to be a regional force, bring writers from all of Idaho, I know for sure is here. Yeah. California, Florida, Texas. Yeah, we bring them from all over. But yeah, absolutely. Awesome. But if you're a member, you get a little discount.
So for those that don't live in Utah, are there similar things like League of Utah Writers?
Not as good as us. They're pretty inferior. They have to get what they have to get. But I'm sure there are. The thing is the League of Utah Writers has been just this low simmering thing for a while. We've been here as a guild, and I think there are other organizations all throughout. But we have such a history of going back so far. Our oldest chapter is probably nearly 100 years old now. Wow.
And then you mentioned you won an award, so you're an author too.
I'm totally an author.
Okay, so tell me about your book.
Bookstore. This is the one I won Book of the Year for. Okay. This is the Diamond Quill, and this is our published book contest, and I won this a few years back. It's still the greatest award I've ever won. There's a validation in receiving an award of any kind. When you try to turn commercial, we basically bleed on paper and then try to sell the bandages. So any kind of validation you can get, just somebody saying good job or somebody reading it, but writing is important enough, even if it's just a memoir or a journal or an ugly letter to the editor. All those things are important. But anyway, so I was very happy when the League chose my book as the book of the year that year, and I got the rights back to it, and finally. People have been asking me. I just launched this yesterday. This is the sequel to The Finger Trap, which is, I pitched this. This is a story about a Salt Lake City detective, little overweight, maybe likes tie-dye, kind of a sarcastic guy. And it's an adult book, and it's full of sarcasm and social commentary. This is Salt Lake, and of course I take Moab down in this one. And they're just great little comedy mysteries. I'm just very, very proud of them. I've been waiting for this for a while, so I finally got this one out. And I have a bunch of other books and have won a lot of awards on this. But this is part of the reason you continue to do it, is that validation. But that's a small thing, just to have the community of people who are constantly there to support me. My friends, I love writers. When you have the rejections, because when you're an artist and you're trying to sell these bandages, people don't want to read them. Once creativity and capitalism are not always compatible. Yeah. So you need to continue to keep your morale up, and that's what encourages is about, and that's what the League of Utah Writers does.
Yeah,
so,
and I think something you mentioned about it being a community, when you were an up-and-coming author, what did you do? Did you join the League? Did you go to writers groups? I mean, for our folks that are looking for that, what's the best thing you did?
The first thing I did is I actually went to a conference. It wasn't the League of Utah Writers because I didn't know they existed then. My first conference was in New Mexico, and it changed my life because the conferences I'd been to before were more like business conferences where you go there and it's a hot room and everybody's trying to sell you something and you have to be there or HR will dock your pay. Those were terrible conferences. Then on the other side you have Comic-Con where it's just a party. Somewhere in the middle are the professionals and the enthusiasts, and they do it for the love of the art, and that is what a writer's conference is. Any level, whether it's professional, New York Times bestseller, or just starting it out. How do I find a story? How do I form the plot that's more interesting? I'm at a writer's I'm blocked. How can you help me get through? Whatever level, we are here for you because we've all been there. And when you get a society of writers like this, we're here to help each other. Yeah. And that's what we do.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I know that our folks here are going to learn a thing or two. All right. Well, this is the book break. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.